soldier who was killed in battle is brought back to life by an advanced technology that gives him the ability of superhuman strength and fast healing. With his new abilities, he goes after the man who killed his wife, or at least who he believes killed his wife. He soon comes to learn that not everything he learns can be trusted. The true question is, can he even trust himself? Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Movie Files. Elliot here with a brand new movie review, and tonight we're talking about the new Vin Diesel film, Bloodshot, which I got a chance to see a little bit ahead of its Friday release date, and I will be giving you all my thoughts in a spoiler-free review in this video. But before we dive into it, guys, as you can see on the screen now, if you're not already, make sure you're following me on all my social media accounts. If you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Give this video a thumbs up. Last but not least, guys, if and when you get a chance to see Bloodshot, I want to know what you all thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? And would you like to see more films in this Bloodshot franchise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. So, as I normally do, I like to start off with the positives first. First and foremost, a couple months ago, I did a trailer reaction on this very channel, and I have to say, I always give props to creators who give you what is advertised in the trailer. This is exactly what you think this is. This film has different kind of plot elements. Of course, this is based on a comic book that I'm not too familiar with, so this review will be coming from a perspective from someone that's not familiar with Bloodshot at all. I've been in comic book stores, and I've seen the covers of them, and I've heard of the name before, but I've never read a storyline and what he's about. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of, Winter Soldier vibes, a little bit of Terminator going on there. There's definitely some Wolverine stuff going on with the healing abilities and how they use Vin Diesel to kind of do these missions. So there's definitely that aspect of the film where you can see these familiar beats, but this film doesn't take itself too seriously, and I appreciate that to a certain extent. There are some, and we'll talk about the negatives in a bit, there are some logical things that don't make that much sense, but the film pokes fun at itself at times. You know what you're getting into when you go to a Vin Diesel film at this point. We obviously know him for the Fast and Furious franchise, and he's also been in other iconic positions and roles. More recently, Groot. I remember growing up as a child, Iron Giant. That's his voice, and things of that nature. So there is that Vin Diesel type of audience, and I think if this is what you are wanting to go to a theater for, which is, I saw it in IMAX, by the way, which I would recommend you all doing that as well. This is a pretty big spectacle, which I'll talk about the director, the first-time director, David Wilson. But, if you are a Vin Diesel fan, guys, I think you will enjoy this because this is an action sci-fi film with some really cool action sequences. Again, this is a first-time director in David Wilson, who's, I believe, has a background in visual effects, and you can kind of see that. And I was doing my research before I did this review. This movie was shot for a little over $45 million, which I was very blown away with and very surprised with, especially with big budget blockbuster films where they always want to do, jump the budget up and expect these, these movies to make $1 bazillion. But this was kind of a smart approach, and I actually was very impressed by how they use the visual effects. Because, there is some, and I'll leave it in the negatives, but there are some moments where you can see some of the CGI is not the greatest. But, for $45 million, I'm very impressed by that. And there's definitely some action sequences that were really well done, in my opinion, especially coming from a first-time director. One of the standout scenes for me personally, and this is in a trailer, there's a particular scene where we see Vin Diesel in this tunnel. I thought visually the color palette was really interesting, and the actual action sequence was shot well. And again, guys, you know what Vin Diesel is at this point. We have very few in between, like actual action movie stars in the industry. Vin Diesel being one of them, regardless of what you think about his films. The Rock is obviously in that conversation. You have Tom Cruise. You have a lot of other people that are, and even a female actress, Charlize Theron, and characters like that where we've seen in movies. You know what you're getting into. And I think that Vin Diesel has his niche, The Last Witch Hunter, this type of film. Triple X, where he has his moments where he tries to get serious in the film. He doesn't really hit those marks for me emotionally, but it's Vin Diesel, guys. You gotta give him he knows what he's doing at this point in his career. So there's that element. As a Vin Diesel fan, I think you'll enjoy his performance. And like I said, there's some pretty legit action sequences. There were some surprising supporting characters that I actually was invested into. Eiza González, I've really been impressed with her career so far, from her in Baby Driver, and I think the first time I ever saw her was in From Dusk Till Dawn TV show, and seeing where she started to where she's at now, I'm very impressed by her, and I'm very excited to see her career continue to grow. Lamar Morris, who I used to watch on New Girl, I think he was really funny in this film. So there were some complementary pieces in this film that I was very surprised with. Kind of transition into the negatives and the criticisms. I kind of mentioned it throughout my positives, but there are some moments where the CGI isn't the greatest. Logically speaking, this film doesn't have the most strongest script in regards to, okay, you have Guy Pearce, who I'm a big fan of, and he's essentially playing who he played in Iron Man 3 as the Mandarin. Spoiler alert there, I guess. But he's playing this particular villain who's very cliche, and really the motivations behind what he's doing really doesn't make that much sense in regards to, I don't know how his department was able to run that long without someone shutting it down for exactly what he was using the weapon Vin Diesel for. Didn't really make that much sense. And some of the stuff that was going on, you can, again, you kind of know what you're getting into, but at the same time, it's just like, can we work on the script a little bit better to explain things a little bit more and make a little bit more logical sense? But besides that, guys, I'm not going to lie, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I was actually entertained by this film. Again, I thought Vin Diesel did what Vin Diesel does at this point in his career. Eiza González, I thought, again, was fantastic in regards to, she kind of had a different role than what I thought from the trailer. So there are some surprises there, even though the trailer does give away quite a few big kind of twists and surprising moments in the film. And again, her playing TK, and then, Lamar Morris playing the tech guy, Wiggins. I thought that there were some complimentary players, but again, this is a cliche film. This does have the tropes of a sci-fi action superhero film. Doesn't really break the mold, doesn't really reset the wheel in this genre. But at the end of the day, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by how entertained I was by this film. It's again, $45 million. Visually speaking, it's a pretty impressive film from a visual action standpoint. But at the end of the day, this isn't breaking new ground, guys. So if you're looking for a film that's going to be like, man, this was the action movie I've been waiting for, and I want to see Bloodshot for the next 5 or 10 years, I don't think there's that, but you might really enjoy it, guys. But I'll say for me personally, I'll give this film a solid 3 out of 5. That might, I'm not going to lie, a 3 out of 5. If this was on television, I would probably watch it again. I probably won't buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray because, I've seen it already, and I don't think I need to invest in seeing it more. But if it was on television or if I was at someone's house and they had it on, I would probably sit through and watch it again. So 3 out of 5 for Bloodshot, which is a film I did not expect to give it that high of a score. But that's my thoughts on the film, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you saw it, what you thought of it. Would you like to see a sequel? Me personally, I don't need to see a sequel. But if we get one, I might check it out. But like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on all my social media accounts. Check out my other content that I have on my channel now for movie reviews as well as TV reviews. Got some stuff coming up pretty soon in the world of TV, such as my review for episode 4 of Devs and the next episode of Amazing Stories. And then I will be seeing The Hunt tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that review. So thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.